In this episode, we survive out of a kayak in the remote Katherine Gorge. This gorge is made up of 9 smaller gorges, each separated by difficult rocky terrain you have to navigate. But the reward is you get to camp in places you can only reach by kayak. No cars, helicopters or boats will get you here. This is not an adventure for the faint-hearted. You need to be self-sufficient and extremely fit to have a crack at this. Stick around and find out what goes wrong with our adventure. Here we go, loaded up, our overnight kayak tour of Nitmiluk Gorge starts now. This is unreal right now. Some of these sandy beaches you're not allowed to go onto because that's crocodile nesting grounds, but some of them we're allowed to go onto. So I think our plan is we'll go to some breakfast, park up somewhere. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Hungry. Meals. Have a look at this place. We're underneath a rock ledge, paddling this beautiful second gorge in Nitmiluk. Wow. So far I've paddled about half an hour. We're into Gorge 3. And this might be the best spot I've ever kayaked to. Sorry, Dad, in the Coorong, but check this out. Beautiful clear water, little beaches. There's a waterfall that would run here in the wet season that we can hike up into. And we've got a beautiful view down the rest of this gorge. Have a look at this, guys. This is a must-do. It's time for some breakfast. Muesli and milk. A wee bit of quick oats for breakfast this morning. Millie's not impressed because I thought we were having them cold. She wanted them hot. That looks pretty good though. This is gnarly. They say high level of fitness is required, and they're not wrong. Pulling these kayaks up these insane rapids, and it's a bloody task and a half. When I say this is hard, I mean really hard. You're pulling 60 kilos of kayak and supplies across slippery rocks against a strong current. Each step you take, your feet get trapped in between rocks, and it feels like everything is against you as you pull the kayak up. So you need a pretty high fitness level to come do this, but I tell you what, this is worth it because we're on a commercial trip essentially right now, and there's no one in this gorge except us. How crazy is this? 3 hours from Darwin. Come to the NT, give this a crack. There's nothing like this in the world. Once you get past the tricky rock sections, the kayak is smooth sailing. The view from the kayak is one of a kind. It's not just big, beautiful rock walls. The gorge is full of beautiful sandy beaches, lush green forest, and crystal clear, shallow water. The best part of all of this, you can swim everywhere in here. There's only freshwater crocodiles and no salties.
I don't know if you can hear Luke, but he said he reckons that's our campsite down there, that sandy part. We've decided to carry our bags over the rocks because it's too gnarly and our bags are wet and heavy. So I think we're going to take them over to the other side and then pull the kayak over.
So we just lugged our luggage over here. It's a great hike over. And our kayak's on the other side. So now we'll jump in here, swim back around this big rock face and find how we get a kayak up. So it's 12:30 now. It's taken us about 4.5 hours to get to this spot. We think we're in Gorge 5. We're not actually 100% sure. It's time for some lunch. We're exhausted. It's been brutal carrying of kayaks and some kayaking into headwinds coming up. Whew. Our plan is lunch here. We'll have a little scout over the hill here, see what's going on in the next gorge. And then we will decide if we want to go one more or we'll camp the night here because it's a beautiful sandy beach area. Lots of shade, protection, and we'll decide what we want to do. All I know is I'm bloody hungry. Ready for some food. This place is amazing though, guys. You've got to come do this. A little bit of a lunchtime feed, some coffee on, chicken crimpies, tuna, and check out this view. These two gadgets have been the best thing on this trip. A dry bag and this little jet boil. So this is really simple. It's a little butane gas cylinder, hooks up to a element and then rocket fuels and boils this. We've been using this for tea and coffee, cooking meals up, pretty much general camp use. And then this dry bag has been the best. So all our valuables are going in here, medicine, keys, phones, wallets. This is our setup for tonight. I might have packed the tent, but removed the actual tent, not the fly, because I took the fly out thinking it would save weight, and I took the tent out. So now I was looking on the fly. That's a sleeping bag. Mills is not happy with me, but
I think it's hilarious.
Good morning.
Morning.
That was one of the best sleeps of my life, honestly. I don't know about you, but I slept very soundly.
It was good.
I was very warm.
What?
I was actually warm. I was warm, but it was fucking cold last night. It was cold last night, but I was appropriately rugged up. Yeah, waking up this morning was amazing. This is our view. Check that out. Is that not the best view to wake up to in the morning? Watching the sunrise over the gorge was beautiful. It took a while for the sun to hit us and warm us up, but when it did, that was our cue to pack up camp and start kayaking our way back down the gorge. So honestly, the small things in life that make the best difference, like sitting here this morning, chatting to Joe and Isaac, having a coffee, looking at this view. It is just the best way to have a weekend and chill out. We need some more water this morning, so we'll go to this running water over here, fill up our bag, chuck in some aqua tabs, and go for gold. And we're about to head off. Day 2, here we come. Sun's just risen up, it's warming up now, which is nice. Campsite's packed down. We're gonna cruise along today and get to the end spot about 4:30. Let's do it. Thankfully, kayaking downriver is heaps easier. This meant that today we have plenty of time to explore all the hidden locations in the gorge that we missed yesterday.
This is amazing. Kayaking in Nitmiluk Gorge. How long ago did we eat breakfast, Luke?
Now,
What are you cooking?
bit of rice. Rice and coffee. Never too early for an early lunch.
Amazing. I'm so impressed.
As we're paddling back, we discover a beautiful hidden waterfall and lake tucked into a side gorge. It just goes to show that you need days out here to explore this country. Somehow we missed this yesterday. And here's the end point. We just paddle across, we'll drop a kayak across there, so we're just checking out this side. Look at these boats that they use in these rivers. Absolutely massive. Yeah, what a journey that was. Can't say enough, guys. If you're in the NT and you're in Katherine, come and do this, do the overnight tour, because it's worth its weight in gold. Check out another video, guys, if you're hanging around. I appreciate the love. See you guys.